By the time I was 14, I'd tried every drug known to man at that time.
After the marijuana, I started using a lot of cocaine.
My whole life revolved around drinking.
I hated knowing that when he would open the door, I would see him with a six-pack.
It became more of not just a lifestyle, it became my life.
I got into a lot of ecstasy in high school.
So I was physically abused, sexually abused for many years.
I was intoxicated 24/7 and nobody had a clue.
She said to me in no uncertain terms, "You've got to go." She said, "This is it. I can't take this anymore. I'm calling the police."
When I came to, there are many police cars there. I was pretty beat up.
I was sitting in a hotel room with a crack pipe in my hand, saying, "I don't want to do this."
With having a family line of alcoholism, I have a heart for people who are in bondage from alcoholism or addiction.
The staff that we have here is incredible. We have people that have been with us here since the beginning. That's very unusual in this line of business. It's a very tumultuous type of business here, but we've got very committed clinicians and counselors that believe in what we're doing. They understand that we're unique here.
It's like a family here. We care about the people that come in here, and we all work together to get the person on the right path.
The first day, I was pretty scared and pretty, what's the word? Pretty needy, I guess. I needed someone to maybe take my hand for a little bit and say, "Hey, you know, it's going to be okay."
I believe God's called me to love God, love my neighbor as myself. So the importance of treating these clients with respect, with dignity, with listening to them, with seeking to understand where they're coming from, getting to know them, and also getting to know how I can support them.
The hesitation or the fear of getting clean and sober was losing all my coping skills, all my tools. Those were the things that allowed me to be me. Those were the things that numbed the pain.
There's an instant knowing of what they're going through. And the gift I have is I'm not talking from a book, I'm not talking from knowledge, I'm talking from experience.
I believe that God kept me alive long enough so I could get clean and sober with His help and then be able to relate what I'd been through with other people.
I didn't think I'd ever work in my field again because I was so broken.
What I learned very quickly is that addiction, alcoholism is a disease. It's an allergy of the body coupled with the obsession of the mind.
I didn't know why my life had become just pure chaos. Work wasn't any good. Family wasn't working out. I was pretty desperate.
So I was concerned about him getting better, getting help, getting somebody that he could talk to and tell him the right path.
I realized all that pain and suffering all those years was for a reason.
The way that we set this program up was that it's several different things. First of all, we separated the men and the women, which really helps because we believe through relationships and sex and whatever else we can get from our partner or from a person of the opposite sex, we're going to be okay. Instead of having to deal with the real stuff that's going on, we try and medicate it now with a relationship.
My friends, after 30 years, I had to give them up. They still drank. I mean, if you go into the same places, they were sitting at the same bar stools and talking about the same thing, you know, and I just didn't have anything in common with them anymore.
We are a dual diagnosed center. We treat eating disorders. We treat chemical dependency, which could mean anything: alcoholics, drug addicts, any mind, mood altering chemical whatsoever.
They say that 75% of drug addicts and alcoholics are bipolar, and a lot of treatment centers don't deal with that. And if you don't deal with the psychiatric side, along with the chemical dependency side and the behaviors and the cognitive therapy type of stuff and the 12-step program, a person could be running a great program. They could be running a wonderful 12-step program, going to meetings, got a therapist, got a sponsor, working the steps, And if the clinical side is not taken care of, they can go into depression and get drunk.